The royal family has always been seen as a symbol of tradition, elegance, and strength. People around the world look up to them and often imagine them as perfect and untouchable. They appear in grand events, dressed in beautiful clothes, standing tall and showing little emotion. When the cameras focus on them during public gatherings, ceremonies, or celebrations, they always seem calm, collected, and controlled. Their faces rarely show strong feelings like sadness, happiness, or frustration. This is because they are trained to keep their emotions private and maintain a formal image. The world expects this from them, and they work hard to meet those expectations. Behind the scenes, though, life is very different. The members of the royal family are real people with feelings, dreams, fears, and struggles. They experience joy when good things happen, and sadness when things go wrong, just like anyone else. But their lives are not easy. They live under constant attention from the media and the public. Every action they take, every word they say is watched and sometimes judged. This pressure means they have to be careful about how they behave in front of others. They often have to hide their true emotions to protect themselves and their family. Even though they live in a world of luxury and privilege, they cannot escape the challenges that come with their position. They must balance their public duties with their private lives. This balance is not always simple. Sometimes the demands of their role force them to put aside their feelings. For example, during official events, they might need to smile and appear happy even if they are going through difficult times personally. This is part of what being a royal means. They represent their country and their people, and their image is important. However, every now and then, something happens that is so powerful it breaks through their carefully maintained exterior. These moments are rare but deeply moving. When the royal family members show their true emotions in public, it surprises people and captures their hearts. These glimpses remind everyone that behind the crowns and titles, they are human beings with feelings just like the rest of us. One reason these moments stand out is because the public is used to seeing the royals as perfect and unbreakable. They rarely show tears, laughter, or anger openly, so when a member of the family breaks character, it feels special. It is a reminder that life is not always perfect, even for those at the top of society. It makes the royals more relatable and easier to understand. People see them as real people, not just as symbols or celebrities. These emotional moments often happen during important family occasions. Weddings, funerals, anniversaries, and birthdays are times when feelings run high. Sometimes the pressure of being on duty makes it hard for them to express what they truly feel. But the strong bonds between family members can bring out their emotions. Love, grief, and happiness become too big to hide. The cameras may catch a quick tear, a gentle touch, or a warm smile that shows how much they care for one another. Even though the royals try to keep their private lives private, the world is curious. People want to know what happens behind the closed doors of the palaces and castles. Stories of emotional moments give a glimpse into this hidden world. They show a side of the royal family that is not often visible to the public. These stories are powerful because they connect us to the royals on a human level. The life of a royal is filled with many responsibilities. They attend official ceremonies, meet important people, and support charitable causes. These duties can be tiring and sometimes lonely. They must also deal with public criticism and rumors, which can hurt their feelings. Despite all this, they try to stay strong for their family and their country. Their public image is carefully managed by advisors and staff to keep the respect and admiration of the people. But beneath the public face, the royals experience the same emotions everyone does. They have moments of doubt, sadness, happiness, and hope. Sometimes they find comfort in family gatherings, quiet conversations, or time spent with close friends. These moments help them deal with the pressures of their position. They remind them that they are not alone. For the royal family, breaking character is not something they do lightly. It is often a sign that something very important is happening. It could be a moment of deep grief after losing a loved one, a sudden joy during a family reunion, or a quiet act of kindness during a difficult time. These moments show that despite their royal status, they feel deeply and care deeply. In recent years, some of these emotional moments have been caught on camera or shared by those close to the family. When these images or stories reach the public, they create a strong reaction. People feel closer to the royals and admire them even more for their honesty and courage. These moments remind everyone that life is full of ups and downs, and even those who seem the most powerful have to face challenges and emotions. The royal family's ability to maintain their dignity while showing their true feelings is a sign of their strength. It takes courage to be open and vulnerable in front of millions of people. It shows that they are not just leaders or figures of tradition, but also caring and loving individuals. For many people, these emotional moments are inspiring. They teach us that it is okay to show our feelings, even when life is hard. They remind us that being human means experiencing a wide range of emotions. Seeing the royals in these moments helps break down the barriers between them and us. It brings a sense of connection and understanding. In the end, the royal family's emotional moments are a powerful reminder of their humanity. They show us that no matter where we come from or what our position is in life, we all share common feelings and experiences. These moments make the royals not just symbols of history, but real people who live and feel just like the rest of us. This understanding deepens the respect and empathy people feel for the royal family. It helps us see beyond the crowns and palaces and appreciate the personal stories behind the public image. And it gives us hope that even in the most formal and distant worlds, there is room for love, kindness, and genuine emotion. Even though the royal family is trained to keep their emotions hidden during public events, life often presents moments that challenge this control. These moments usually come during times of great difficulty or sadness, when feelings become too strong to hide behind polite smiles or quiet composure. The pressure on the royals is different from most people's because their emotions are not just personal. They are part of a public story watched by millions around the world. This can make expressing genuine feelings very complicated. The royal family has many public duties that require them to appear calm and dignified at all times. They attend ceremonies, meet leaders, celebrate holidays, and support charities. Every movement they make is carefully planned to keep up an image of strength and grace. For many, this seems like a constant performance, one where they must keep their personal feelings private. It is not easy for anyone, and even more difficult when cameras and reporters are nearby. But some moments are so important and so emotional that the royals find it impossible to hold back. One example is the loss of a family member. Death is one of the hardest experiences for any family, and it is no different for the royals. When a close relative dies, the pain is real and deep. Yet they must attend official funerals and ceremonies, sometimes while the world watches closely. This creates a challenge because their grief is both personal and public. During these times, the royal family must deal with many difficult feelings: sadness, shock, and sometimes even anger. They want to grieve privately but also have to show respect publicly. Balancing these feelings takes great strength. Many people who have watched these events notice subtle signs of emotion: a tear rolling down a cheek, a hand squeezing another's arm for comfort, or a quiet moment of silence that speaks louder than words. These small moments remind the world that the royals are human and feel pain like everyone else. Apart from loss, other challenges can bring out strong emotions. The royals face constant scrutiny from the media and the public. Their lives are often discussed in the news, sometimes unfairly. Rumors and gossip can hurt their feelings, but they rarely respond openly. Instead, they try to stay strong and focus on their duties. This can be lonely, especially when they feel misunderstood or judged. Family disagreements or tensions also add to the emotional strain. Like any family, the royals sometimes disagree or face problems. However, because of their public role, these issues can become news stories, making it harder to solve problems privately. The pressure to appear united often means that personal feelings are kept hidden, even when things are difficult behind closed doors. Despite these challenges, the royals also experience moments of happiness and joy that break through the formality. Celebrations such as weddings, births, or anniversaries bring the family together and allow them to express love and excitement. In these moments, the usually reserved family members may smile warmly, laugh together, or share tender glances. These happy occasions remind the public that beneath the formal appearances, there is a close-knit family who cares deeply for each other. Sometimes, the struggle between duty and emotion reaches a breaking point during public events. A royal might feel overwhelmed by sadness or joy and show it unexpectedly. For example, at a ceremony honoring a late loved one, a member might quietly shed tears or embrace another family member for support. These acts break the usual image of calm perfection and reveal the emotional reality behind the royal duties. The public reaction to these moments is often one of surprise and admiration. People feel moved to see the royals showing real feelings because it makes them more relatable. It is a reminder that no matter how high a person's position is, they still experience life's ups and downs. These emotional glimpses often create a connection between the royals and the public, making the family seem more approachable and human. Behind the scenes, the royal family has support systems to help them manage the emotional challenges they face. Trusted friends, advisors, and staff members provide comfort and guidance. The family also relies on each other, sharing private moments away from the public eye where they can speak openly about their feelings. These supports are important because they help the royals stay strong while still acknowledging their emotions. It is also important to remember that breaking character does not mean losing control. Instead, it shows strength, the strength to be honest and vulnerable despite the pressures of their role. The royals understand that showing emotion at the right time can be a powerful way to connect with others and express their humanity. It takes courage to be open in front of millions, and when they do, it often leaves a lasting impression. These moments of emotional openness sometimes become turning points for the royals themselves. They allow the family to heal, grow closer, and move forward. For example, sharing grief publicly can bring comfort and support, both within the family and from the public. Celebrating joyful events together strengthens bonds and brings hope for the future. The balance between public duty and personal emotion will always be delicate for the royal family. Their role means they must often put their feelings aside to serve their country. But the rare moments when they break character remind everyone that beneath the royal titles and formal appearances are people who love, suffer, and hope, just like anyone else. These emotional moments are powerful because they show that even in the most formal and structured lives, there is room for genuine feeling. They teach us that it is okay to show emotions, and that doing so can bring people closer together. The royal family's willingness to share these moments helps break down barriers and build understanding between the royals and the public. In the end, the struggles and emotions of the royal family reveal an important truth. No matter who we are, life is full of challenges that test our strength. It is how we face these challenges with honesty and courage that defines us. The royals may live in palaces and have titles, but their feelings are real and familiar to all of us. As time passes and the challenges continue, the struggles inside the royal family often grow deeper and more complicated. It is not easy for them to keep their emotions hidden forever, especially when life tests them with many difficult moments. Sometimes the pressure of their public roles and private feelings builds up until it becomes very hard to manage. This part of the story focuses on how these emotional struggles deepen and what happens when the royals face their toughest moments. The life of a royal is full of public appearances and duties, but behind the scenes there are many personal challenges, family relationships, the weight of history, and the constant attention from the world all add to their emotional load. It is a life of responsibility but also sacrifice. Members of the royal family often have to put their own needs aside to meet the expectations of their roles. This can create stress and loneliness. When faced with difficult events like illness, loss, or family disagreements, the pressure inside the royal household grows. Even though they try to support each other, sometimes the pain and worry feel overwhelming. The public may only see a smile or a calm face, but inside, the royals can feel sadness, frustration, or fear. These feelings can be hard to express because they are expected to remain composed and strong. One way their struggle becomes visible is through small moments, glances, gestures, or quiet conversations caught by observers or the media. Sometimes a royal's voice may tremble during a speech, or they might briefly wipe away a tear. These subtle signs reveal the emotional battle beneath the surface. They show that even those trained to be perfect cannot always hide their true feelings. The struggle also deepens because of the role the royals play in society. They represent tradition, history, and the unity of their country. This role often makes personal problems more complicated. For example, a disagreement within the family may be seen as a political or public issue. This adds pressure to keep problems secret and avoid public scandals. It can be hard to solve personal issues when the whole world is watching. The media plays a big part in this struggle. Reporters and photographers follow the royals closely, sometimes invading their privacy. News stories and rumors can add stress and make emotional moments even harder. The royals know that showing weakness might lead to criticism, so they often try to hide their feelings. This can feel like carrying a heavy burden alone. Despite these challenges, the family members do find ways to support one another. They share moments of closeness and comfort when the cameras are off. These private times are very important for their emotional health. They might gather together for meals, have quiet talks, or simply be near each other in silence. These moments remind them that they are not alone, even in difficult times. Another way their struggle becomes clear is through the physical signs of stress. Long hours of work, travel, and public duties can take a toll on their health. Some royals have spoken about the exhaustion and pressure they face. They sometimes deal with anxiety or worry just like anyone else. This human side of the royals is often hidden but very real. The emotional struggle also deepens when the royals have to balance tradition with change. Modern life is very different from the world their ancestors knew. Younger family members may want to live more ordinary lives or speak openly about their feelings. This can sometimes create tension within the family or with the public expectations. Finding a balance between the old ways and new ideas is not always easy and can cause emotional stress. One example of this struggle is when a royal chooses to step back from official duties or speak out about personal issues. These decisions can be very difficult because they may bring public attention and criticism. Yet these choices also show courage and honesty. They reflect the desire to be true to themselves while managing the expectations of their role. Despite the difficulties, the royal family's struggles often lead to moments of growth and understanding. Facing hardship together can bring family members closer. It can also help them connect with the public on a deeper level. People admire the royals not just for their status but for their ability to handle tough times with grace. These struggles also remind us that no life is perfect. Even those who seem to have everything face challenges and pain. The royals' ability to continue with their duties while managing personal emotions is a testament to their strength. It shows that courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to keep going despite it. The deepening emotional struggles sometimes become turning points. When a royal admits to feeling vulnerable or shares their story, it can inspire others. It can also start important conversations about mental health, family, and the pressures of life. These moments break down barriers and show that everyone needs support sometimes. In the end, the struggles of the royal family teach us important lessons about resilience, empathy, and the power of human connection. They show that even in a life filled with rules and traditions, emotions cannot be ignored. They remind us that being strong also means being open and honest about our feelings. These struggles, though painful, are part of what makes the royals relatable and inspiring. They help the public see them not just as distant figures but as people who face life's challenges, just like anyone else. And this connection helps build a deeper respect and understanding between the royals and the world they serve. At some point, when the pressure becomes too much and emotions are too strong to hide, something changes inside the royal family. A turning point arrives, an important moment when they begin to show their true feelings openly. These moments are rare but powerful. They often happen when the royals realize that being honest about their emotions can bring comfort, connection, and healing. It is in these times that the public sees a new side of the family, one that is not just about tradition and duty, but about real human emotion. Breaking character in front of thousands or even millions is not an easy choice. The royals are aware of the weight their actions carry. Every move is analyzed, every expression interpreted. Despite this, some moments become too important to hide behind a mask. Whether it is a funeral, a public speech, or a private family gathering captured by the media, the royals sometimes allow their feelings to show. This vulnerability is a sign of strength. It takes courage to be real when the world expects perfection. One of the most touching turning points happens during times of loss. When the family comes together to mourn a loved one, the formality of public ceremonies meets the rawness of private grief. During such events, a royal might break down in tears, embrace a family member tightly, or speak with a voice full of emotion. These actions show the world that even though they are royals, their hearts ache just like anyone else's. For the public, witnessing these moments can be deeply moving. It helps people understand that the royal family is not so different from them. Seeing a royal in tears or sharing a quiet smile of comfort bridges the gap between them and us. It reminds everyone that underneath the crowns and titles are people who love, hurt, and heal in very human ways. These moments of openness can also bring the family closer together. When a royal allows themselves to be vulnerable, it encourages others to do the same. It creates a space where emotions are shared and support flows freely. The family becomes stronger through this honesty, and their bonds deepen. Private moments of sadness or joy become public symbols of unity and love. At times, these turning points involve more than just sadness. Joyful moments like weddings, births, or anniversaries also give the royals a chance to break character and show happiness. During such celebrations, the family may laugh openly, exchange warm hugs, or share proud and loving looks. These glimpses of happiness are refreshing and remind the world of the joy that family can bring. Even in the midst of responsibility and duty, breaking character can also mean doing something unexpected to comfort or support another family member. It might be a gentle touch on the arm, a whispered word, or a shared glance that says, "I am here for you." These small acts of kindness can mean a lot, especially when emotions run high. They show the deep care the royals have for each other, beyond their public roles. Another important turning point happens when the royals use their emotions to connect with the public. Sometimes they speak openly about their struggles or feelings in interviews, speeches, or charitable events. This honesty helps break down the image of untouchable perfection and builds trust with the people they serve. It shows that the royals understand the challenges ordinary people face and that they share many of the same hopes and fears. These public moments of vulnerability have a powerful effect. They inspire others to be honest about their feelings and seek help when needed. They also bring attention to important causes, such as mental health, family support, or community service. By showing their true emotions, the royals use their position to make a positive difference in the world. Behind the scenes, these turning points often come after long periods of struggle. The royals may have spent weeks or months trying to stay composed while dealing with pain or stress. When they finally break character, it is a release of all those bottled-up feelings. This release can be healing for the individual and for the family as a whole. The turning point may also lead to important changes in how the royals live their lives. Some choose to speak more openly about their personal experiences. Others decide to take breaks from public duties to focus on their well-being. These decisions show a growing understanding that emotional health is just as important as duty. They reflect a modern approach to royal life, where honesty and self-care are valued alongside tradition. For the family and the public alike, these moments are reminders that being human means experiencing a full range of emotions. The royals' ability to show vulnerability teaches an important lesson, that strength does not come from hiding feelings but from facing them with courage. It encourages everyone to embrace their emotions and find support in others. These turning points also help reshape the public's view of the royal family. They soften the image of distant and perfect figures, making the family more relatable and real. People feel a stronger connection to the royals when they see them as individuals who experience life's joys and sorrows. This connection builds respect and affection, strengthening the bond between the family and their country. In many ways, these moments of emotional openness mark a new chapter for the royals. They signal a shift toward greater authenticity and understanding. While tradition and duty remain important, there is now more room for honesty and vulnerability. This change reflects the evolving role of the monarchy in a modern world. Ultimately, the turning points in the royals' emotional journey remind us all of the power of connection. When people share their true feelings, they invite others to do the same. They build bridges of empathy and kindness that make life richer and more meaningful. The royal family's willingness to break character shows that even in the most formal and public lives, there is always space for love, healing, and hope. After all the challenges, struggles, and emotional moments, the royal family's journey reaches a place of reflection and understanding. The public and the royals themselves begin to see the true meaning of those rare moments when they break character and show their real feelings. These moments leave a lasting impact, not only on the family but also on people around the world who watch and admire them. The outcome of these experiences goes beyond just one event. It shapes how the royal family is viewed and how they view themselves. One of the most important things that come from these emotional moments is the sense of connection. When the royals show their feelings openly, they remind everyone that beneath the titles and ceremonies, they are human beings just like the rest of us. This connection helps people feel closer to them. It breaks down the walls of distance and formality that often make the royal family seem untouchable. People begin to understand that they share many of the same joys, sorrows, and hopes. This understanding creates empathy. Empathy is the ability to feel what someone else is feeling and to care about their experiences. When the public sees the royals experiencing real emotions, it encourages them to think about their own feelings and those of others. It helps people realize that everyone faces difficult times, and that it is okay to be vulnerable. This kind of empathy can bring people together and make communities stronger. For the royal family, these emotional moments also lead to growth. They learn more about themselves and each other through their shared experiences. Facing hardship and showing vulnerability can strengthen family bonds. It allows members to support one another in deeper ways and to appreciate the importance of love and understanding. The family becomes more united, not just as a public institution, but as a group of individuals who care deeply for one another. The royals also gain strength from these experiences. Strength does not mean being perfect or never feeling sad. It means being able to face emotions honestly and continue forward with courage. When the royals break character, they show that true strength includes vulnerability. This message is powerful and inspiring, especially to those who admire them. The public also sees that the royals are role models in how to handle emotions. Their willingness to be open about feelings encourages others to do the same. It helps reduce the stigma around talking about emotions, grief, or mental health struggles. People feel less alone when they see important figures sharing their own challenges. This openness promotes a healthier and more supportive society. These moments of honesty and connection have a lasting effect on the royal family's relationship with the public. They build trust and respect. When people feel that the royals are genuine and relatable, they are more likely to support and appreciate them. This support is important for the family as they continue their duties and face new challenges. The outcome of these emotional moments is also seen in the way the royal family approaches their roles. They may become more focused on causes related to mental health, family support, and community well-being. Their personal experiences give them a deeper understanding of these issues, making their work more meaningful. By sharing their stories, they can help others who are going through similar struggles. Looking ahead, these experiences influence how the royal family prepares future generations. They teach younger members the importance of balancing duty with emotional honesty. They encourage them to be true to themselves and to seek help when needed. This approach helps create a more open and caring family culture, one that can face the future with strength and kindness. Ultimately, the emotional moments when the royals break character remind us all that no one is perfect. Life is full of ups and downs, and everyone has feelings that need to be expressed. The royal family's journey teaches us that showing emotions is not a weakness, but a sign of humanity and courage. It inspires us to be kinder to ourselves and to others. These lessons go beyond the royal palaces and ceremonies. They reach into everyday life, encouraging people to be honest, empathetic, and supportive. They remind us that behind every public face is a person with a story, feelings, and a heart. The royals' willingness to share these moments helps create a world where emotion is respected and where connection is valued. In the end, the royal family's story of emotional moments is a story of hope. It shows that even in the most formal and challenging lives, there is room for love, healing, and understanding. It is a reminder that no matter who we are or where we come from, we all share the experience of being human. And in this shared experience, we find strength, courage, and the power to connect with one another.